there, friends. It's your Bad Couch Guru, Lynn Limburg, and today we have a very special guest, Shannon Williamson. Shannon, welcome to the Couch to Active podcast.
You happy to
Woohoo!
be here.
Yay. Okay, folks, Shannon is one of those moms who says, I'm just a mom, but she's not just a mom. She's not just a mom, right? None of us are. I mean, she's got kids. They've recently moved. She's had corporate jobs, and now she's juggling a couple of gigs and a corporate job, and a pandemic and kids. So, yeah, it is.
Mix.
Yeah, a lot in the mix.
Yeah.
The reason I wanted to bring Shannon on is because she has a really cool couch to active story that Shannon. I don't think you even know this. I've probably told a dozen people this story, and they all
Cool.
say, yeah, that's what they say. They say, wow, that is so cool. So, Shannon, can you tell us just a little bit about the dance you've been doing and just talk us through it, where it
Yes.
started and how it was just
Yeah.
so easy peasy.
No, I love sharing this story. So I grew up, the minute I started walking, my mom put my sister and I in a dance class, and that was our world until about high school. So we danced every single night of the week. We did all kinds of dance. It was where all of our best friends were. We traveled. I mean, it was our world, and we didn't know anything different. But then I think the mentality of high school, where you want to be involved in school and it's cool to do sports in school and whatever, like we just quit. My sister and I just quit dancing, and then went into, I think I was I know I was a cheerleader.
Woohoo!
And yeah, literally, for a year, and then went off to college and just did life, right? Then did that. I never danced after I quit high school. And I think I got that mentality in me that when you get older, and I think this is a lot of people who do sports or do certain activities, and then they graduate and then they're done. Like, then you move on to life, right?
Yeah.
And I remember just, I'm a big fan of counseling and going through, I think that they're great check-ins. I think counseling's amazing. And
Oh, yeah.
the pattern, or like the common thread on any counselor that I saw over the years was, you need to get back to dance. You need to get back to dance. It's how you express yourself.
Oh, wow.
But I was always like, but I'm old. I'm old compared, right? Like, cause you have to be 12 to dance. And then when you get a certain age, you're done. And so I didn't, I never did. But then when I had a daughter, I put her in dance class. I put her in other things too, but I put her in dance class and she loved it. And so then I would sit and watch her and just there was part of me that just wanted to be with her and do that. And so then there was this pivotal moment where she was like 7 or something, and she at her dance recital, and I remember sitting in the audience and just, I need to do that. I need to get back to what I love. And so then I called the dance studio, and they allowed me, I told them, I said, look, I'm not a beginner. All your adult classes are for beginners, and I'm not a beginner. I grew up dancing. Is there a place for me? And they said, well, yeah, but it's with the 13, 14, and 15-year-olds, with the high schoolers, and you're welcome to jump in. Okay. So I had to think about it that summer, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And so, and my daughter was all for it. She was fine. I did ask her if she didn't, do you mind if mom dances at your studio?
Mm-hmm.
So, I then, I got my leotard and my tights.
No way.
I will tell you, these days they wear more comfortable clothing. So I was pretty thrilled about that. So I went in, and I'll tell you, that entire year I had to prove myself to those girls. And I couldn't do certain things like the back bends that, that 12-year-olds can do, and certain things, but I practiced, and Um, so I did modern, and then I did tap. So I went back to those two styles of dancing.
Okay.
And by the end of that year, it was like there would be nights I would leave and just feel so full and so
Mm.
like that was it. Like that is for me living and feeling vibrant and doing something where I just feel like I lose myself in the music. And so then recital time came. I got the costumes. I did the whole thing. It was super nerve-wracking, but it was so much fun. And so I guess my message is I think we all get into this idea that, like I mentioned, when you do something and when you're growing up, and then you're not supposed to do that anymore.
Yeah.
And that is a lie. So whatever it is, like I was thinking, what do people like singing? I have friends that are taking singing lessons right now and they're 50 years old. Art, like, certain types of art like pottery or, watercolors. I even have a friend who's doing trapeze and
Oh, wow.
she's in her 30s. Like, so just what is it that allows you to, that you lose yourself in?
Hmm.
And do that. There's no age limit on that. And I think that's the lesson that I learned.
Oh my gosh. So tell me, when you walked in for your very first class. Yeah, okay, you're laughing. So was it all just roses and rainbows and all these 13-year-olds were like, "Oh, a mom is here." No? How
No, they
well,
sat in a circle and I was not in that circle. But then I had to flip it and go, okay, when you're 13, and in like to them, I'm old, right? I'm in my
mhm.
40s. Like that's ancient when you're 12 or you're
Yeah.
13, right?
Yeah.
So, and those girls have been dancing together since they were babies. And
Yeah.
I walked in and and they put me in the advanced class because that was the only place so then I'm like, okay, can I do this? So it was I mean, I cried when I left
Oh.
because
Oh.
it brings you back to not fitting in. We all want to fit in.
Yeah.
Um, but that's why I said, I feel like I had to prove myself that whole year to them. And that's just human nature, right? So
Yeah.
I didn't fault them. And by the end, they just made me feel young because the things they
Oh.
talked about, and they giggled and they laughed and they talked about their boy problems and stuff. And I'm like, this is the best because you have
Oh.
the weight of the world on your shoulders when you're an adult and have all these responsibilities. And then you go in and they just have fun. So
Yeah.
it was scary, but I pushed through and it was so worth it.
Oh my gosh. So what made you decide? I know we're going well over 5 minutes, but I'm fascinated. What for somebody who is like right where you are, they want to do it, but they haven't like taken action to make something happen.
Mhm.
What advice do you have that could help push them to be brave and do that? Whatever their thing is.
You have to just do it.
Ah.
Like
Mhm.
you're never like for me, I spent that summer trying to relearn how to do the splits because I thought, well, then I'm going to have to kick and I'm going to have to do that. But so I tried to do all this stuff, but nobody's going to push you through that door. Nobody's going to push you. You're never going to feel ready. It's
Mhm.
like when you have kids, you can read all the books, but you're never going to know until you're a parent, right? Or your job, like you can study but you're just not going to know until you just start doing your job. So that's the thing. There's a book from Mel Robbins called 5 4 3 2 1, and it's about beating your brain because
Yep.
your brain doesn't want you to do anything. Your brain is trying to protect you from being uncomfortable. It doesn't
Yep.
want you to be uncomfortable, but that's where the growth is, right?
Yeah.
Is when you go out of your comfort zone. So make yourself do the thing and keep doing it. And then
Yeah.
whatever that thing is for you.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Oh,
like going for a walk, right?
yeah.
Like get on your shoes and go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Get on your shoes. We had an episode a few days ago about a woman who had her shoes on for 2 hours, and then a delivery came to her door, and she opened her front door and she was like, "Oh, it's nice outside." And then she went for her walk, you know? So, oh my
Yep.
gosh, Shannon, I just adore this story, and I have so much respect for your bravery and your ability to go out. And I mean, not only did you do something you loved, you did something that put you in a leotard with kids younger than you. And you're still here smiling and willing to talk about it. So
Yep.
awesome,
Yep. I
awesome.
survived. Yep.
Yay. So, Shannon, if folks want to look you up, where should we send them?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. I mean, Shannon Williamson. I talk about a lot of things. I like to tell stories, but I really am passionate about finding that passion, whether it's a new one or digging out an old one, right? And just
Hmm.
doing that because we more now than ever, we need to be filling ourselves up with those things. So Shannon K. Williamson on Instagram, Shannon Williamson on Facebook. I would love to connect with you.
Great. And folks, we'll put Shannon's social links in the show notes. So whether you have the app, which you don't, you should by now, um, or are just on any podcast platform, those links will be there for you. Oh, Shannon, so great to reconnect. And thank you for coming on the
Yes.
Couch to Active podcast.
Yeah. Thanks for all you're doing, Lynn. You're amazing.
Thanks. Woohoo! Exercise should not be dreadful, but getting off the couch is the hardest thing we do. And so, Couch to Active has an all-new website to match our all-new world we live in now. Head over to couchtoactive.com and finish step number 1 today. Did you know that Couch to Active has an app? It's the easiest way to keep track of and follow the Couch to Active podcast. So head on over to your app store, and it doesn't matter whether you're on an iPhone, a tablet, or an Android device. Search for Couch to Active, that's T-O Active. Download the app and check it out. Bye-bye now.